My name's Jeremy Jones, and I've been a part of this church for 30 years. And there was a time in my life that a lot of people may not know that I got away from God for a while and got into drugs and alcohol and got into doing things my way, and finally found my way back to the church. There was just a time where I thought, I had it all figured out. I thought I was just going to be an addict the rest of my life, and I was really okay with that at that time. I knew that God had a better thing for me, a better plan and a purpose for my life. But it took a moment with my dad sitting on the couch, and him began to tear up and asked me what he had done wrong for me to be in the situation that I was in. And I knew at that moment, to see my dad there with the guilt on his shoulders, to think that he was the reason, really was a turning point in my life. It's a great honor to have a child of my own and a wonderful wife, to be able to lead and to use the examples of my father and the pastor and other great men that have been in this church, and to use those examples to lead my family closer to God. And it's an honor and a privilege. People tend to think that there's no way to resurrect their lives, that it's just a dead end and they've done all these wrong things, that there's no resurrections. But God's grace and mercy covers all our sins. You may not think anybody loves you, but there's people out there that love you. There's people that care for you and want to help you and want to see you succeed. And with God's help and those people, you can do it. To be a part of this and to watch people come full circle from my time in children's church as a little tyke, coming up and then coming back to God and coming back to this church, and people greeting me and loving me like I'd never left, and just treating me like royalty when I came back. And it's just the true story of the prodigal son, and to see others that have done the same thing and come back into this church, and to see this church accept people for who they are. You don't have to have a coat and tie, and you don't have to fit a certain mold or image to come to this church, because it's just, we accept people, or this church accepts people for who they are. In college, I didn't have the success that I'd hoped I would have, and began to make bad grades and didn't attend class, and got to doing more drugs and more alcohol. And I really felt like I was a huge disappointment to my family, because no one else in my family had a college degree, and I was going to carry that burden and go get my college degree. And I really felt like I had let my family down. And so that's when things began to really spiral out of control. And coming back from college and just feeling that guilt and shame of I had failed. No matter what you've done, no matter where you are, no matter how low you are, no matter how much you think you're a failure, that God's got a plan and a purpose for everyone's life. And if you just begin to seek Him, He'll begin to do things, resurrect your life in a supernatural way. He did things in my life that there's no other explanation except for it had to be God. So you're never too far gone. You're never too far lost. God's always right there beside you. All you got to do is reach out.